Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education, and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed, and also I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money, and without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome back. This is going to be my Elliot Wave Count on pound, yen, pound, dollar, and gold. But first of all, any views or opinions or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on pound, yen. Here's my annotations. So obviously from the sort of short that I posted, I think it was on Friday, I said that we could be in some sort of expanded leading diagonal where the wave 5 is going to be extremely long. At this moment, I am still going to say that we are currently in this sort of level, and if obviously price does hold in and around this level, doesn't go beyond this level right here, then we get a sort of nice three wave here and then another three wave up here, and that would be obviously our first, A, B, or that could be also be a considered as a W, X, Y, X, Z all the way back down, which would be longer than a wave 3. But in the meantime, in terms of how fundamentally everything's moving, I am going to see a sort of bearish, what do you call it? A bearish sort of bias for the week ahead and for the many weeks to come with this pair. Obviously, from what we had last week, I did say we'd get sort of an A, B, and a C, and it should go beyond this level. However, it did. But we can still count again. I still believe that we have an A, B, C here into a W, and then we have an expanded flat right here, and that will basically be a W, X, and then what we're going to basically get is an A, B, C into a Y, and then another X, and then another Z, and to eventually come to the downside. So, in my opinion, even with the price action confirmation on the sort of the daily time frame, we are, in my opinion, bearish. I don't necessarily think that we are going to continue going up. If we do sort of get one more push up, that's also fine. It just basically means that this will be a extended correction, and instead of this being a W, X, Y, X, Z, the Z will be around here, the Y will be here, and then obviously X will be there. A, B, C, W, A, B, C, X, 1, 2, 3, A, B, and then a C into a Y, X, and then Z basically. So, it could be here, it could be a bit more higher. However, just obviously from what I'm seeing, I am going to assume that we are going to continue going down. In the meantime, I would say also this level is another level to pay attention to as well. This level sort of where wave 2 is, or wave 2 finished. Around this level, if the market does sort of push up here, then this is actually considered as a completely different structure, and we could be in a sort of bigger corrective move. Another sort of scenario that I see placed, instead of this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 into a leading expanding diagonal, this could be a wave 1 here, this is a wave 2, this is a wave 1 or wave 3, and this could still be a wave 2 of wave 3. Does that make sense? We have a 1, 2, and then we're going to expect a huge push down to the downside, 3, 4, 5, and then that will complete the bigger wave 3 degree, a wave 4 bigger in a higher degree, and then a wave 5 again in the higher degree. But all I can say is for now, I'll probably be looking to be selling this market. And that's sort of my overall sort of bias for this week, especially with this pair. So let's go on to pound dollar. Here's my annotations. So I did say that last week that we had a sort of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a leading diagonal, followed by a B, or followed by wave 2, then a C, I mean a wave 3 to convict to give us our eventual wave 5. However, I don't generally think that's the way the market is moving right now. I think we are currently still in this wave 4, but instead of it being an ABC or a WXY as an A expanded flat, and this is the wave 5, what we have here is a wave W, an ABC into a wave X, or WXY into a wave X, and then we're coming down for our last wave W to give us our wave 4 to then eventually push to the upside to give us our wave 5. So we are still in this sort of sideways correction. This is very, very dirty. You know, you don't want to be trading in this market. This is where all the people get trapped. I have not even traded a single part of this at all. This is something that I don't trade. This is wave 4. It's disgusting, and I think it's best that people just stay out of these disgusting long-term trades and just wait for a sort of impulsive move to sort of eventually give us, if when the market gives us a nice impulsive move, once sort of we have a one more leg to the downside and we get sort of price action confirmation in and around here, and obviously I'm going to still consider this as a wave 4 so long as this sort of wave 1 around here is not invalidated. And obviously we still have the 38% level or the 50% level that the market can hit around before we continue going up. So in my opinion, with this pair, I am going to say that we are heading down for one more to the downside before we get one more push to the upside to give us our fifth and final leg. So that's pound dollar. Let's go on to gold. So gold's been actually moving quite nicely as expected. A 1, 2, 3, and we're currently in this wave 4. Now I did say that we are in this sort of in my short that we have a ABC into a W, another ABC into an X, and what we have here is an A, B, and it looks like we're currently getting this Y wave coming back down here. That is still a possibility. We could still eventually see a push down. I mean, we do have around the 50 or 61.8% level around here. Look at all these pin bars and sort of rejection, candlestick rejections that we're getting, and then we had a nice push to the downside. So I genuinely think that we are sort of heading or starting to make waves down to give us our C wave, to then give us our Y wave, to then complete our fourth wave, and this is a corrective structure before we then continue pushing to the upside, and then we eventually hit around $2,000 an ounce or possibly even more. And I genuinely think it's going to be even more, especially how the fundamental drivers are moving this market. With that being in mind, although this could be a WXY, another possible scenario that I do see that could possibly happen is a triangle. So let me just get rid of all of this. Just give me a second, guys. Here we go. And there we go. So this will be like that. So we essentially have an A, B, C, D, and an E. So you just label that here. Here we go. A, B, C, D, and then the E. Which is fine, perfect, and that will basically give us our wave for if the sort of market eventually pushes. Obviously, the way we trade triangles is a bit different. We don't just trade inside, wait for the breakout, wait for the retest of the trend line, and then we can place our stops just below here. If we get a nice impulsive move and we have broken the D wave, and then what we'll see is eventually a 3-wave correction back down to then take it to the upside, and that will be our 5th wave, or whatever, still going to around $2,000 an ounce or more. So that's my week analysis. I hope you guys do like this. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon, and the link will be in the description down below for those people that are interested in mentorship. And yeah, I'll see you guys until the next one. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.